2:43 a.m. Deep in the dark eucalyptus forest, a lone torch beam cuts through the fog. An enormous silhouette appears between the trees, vanishing instantly into the mist. The camera drops violently to the ground, leaving only a sliver of pale moonlight. Left behind in the mud is a single massive footprint, 3 times the size of a human boot. High above in the canopy, something huge displaces the branches, raining leaves down into the dark. Dawn breaks over the vast, amber-toned wilderness of the Blue Mountains ridgeline. Welcome to Deep Earth Lore. Australia, the oldest continent on Earth, may be hiding something enormous. It is hiding something ancient, something that should not exist, which they call the Yowie. The legend of the Yowie brings hundreds of sightings and decades of evidence, posing one terrifying question: what is out there? Long before Europeans arrived, Indigenous Australians knew. They always knew. The Yuwaalaraay people called it the Doolagarl, the hairy man of the forest. Elder accounts described a being of immense strength, acting as both a guardian and a terror. Reports spanned the entire East Coast, from Cape York to the Snowy Mountains. Reports spanned the entire East Coast, from Cape York to the Snowy Mountains. Then came the colonists, and they brought their skepticism with them. But the bush quickly changed their minds, and journals filled with accounts no one could explain. In 1871, surveyor Henry James reported a massive bipedal creature near the Tweed River. Colonial newspapers ran dozens of reports, and settlers were not laughing anymore. 2 bullock drivers near Katoomba described an ape-like creature 7 feet tall, watching from the ridge. Their testimony was consistent with something they could not have invented. Across 100 years, the exact same description was repeated by people who had never met. It was larger than a man, covered in dark hair, with eyes that reflect torchlight, and was simply not human. Every culture that has lived in these mountains has given it a name, and that cannot be a coincidence. As we shift to modern sightings, the jungle ambience rises sharply. The 20th century brought new witnesses, but they saw the same creature. In Kilcoy, Queensland in 1978, what happened there would become Australian folklore. We opened the unresolved case file for Kilcoy, 1978. Charles Watkins was an experienced bushman who knew every animal in these ranges. What crouched over that carcass was nothing he had ever seen and nothing he could explain. It was over 8 feet tall, covered in jet black hair with arms reaching below its knees, and it turned and stared. Its amber eyes caught the light as its nostrils flared, unleashing a deep, ancient chest rumble. Watkins ran 3 kilometers without stopping, and his report was filed with Queensland Police. It was filed and quietly shelved, but Watkins was not the last. In Springbrook in 1997, a family camping trip became a night no one in the Peterson family forgot. There was a smell like rotting meat, then pressure on the tent wall from something massive outside. In the sweeping torch beam, an enormous bipedal silhouette retreated into the tree line, flashing red eye shine. Examining the anatomy of a Yowie reveals a startling picture. Consistent across all reports is a body plan unlike anything in modern Australian fauna. Footcasts have been taken, and they show a primate plantar structure that is not a kangaroo and not a bear. The cranial architecture suggests something primate with significant upper body mass. Hair samples submitted for analysis have returned results that experts call inconclusive. The smell is perhaps the most consistent detail of all, as witnesses use the same words every time. Whatever this animal is, it has survived in some of the most impenetrable terrain on the planet. Movement reports vary between quadrupedal and upright, indicating highly adaptive locomotion. There have been over 10,000 reported sightings since European settlement, concentrated along the Great Dividing Range. The sightings peaked in the 1990s, which coincides with rapid inland deforestation and displacement. If it is real, we may have disturbed its habitat and pushed it toward us. In the Daintree in 2009, wildlife photographer Sarah Henning spent 38 days in the field and came back with something. On frame 247, she did not know what she had photographed until she developed the film. Image enhancement revealed a massive bipedal shape with broad shoulders standing over 2 meters tall. The analysis is ongoing. The image remains unexplained, and we move to the harder question. It is time to weigh science against myth. Mainstream science has a simple answer of misidentification, but is that actually satisfying? The most common skeptical explanation is that it was a wombat, a creature only 2 feet long. Kangaroo misidentification completely fails on limb proportion, posture, facial structure, and vocalization. So could a large primate have reached Australia? Geologically, the answer is complicated. Gigantopithecus blocki was the largest primate that ever existed, standing up to 3 meters tall. Its fossils end 100,000 years ago in Asia, but we have only found teeth and jaw fragments. What if a population crossed the land bridge into a continent with no natural predators? Australia during the Pleistocene was a land of giants, meaning a relict population is not impossible. Skeptics ask the hardest question: why is there no skeleton and no undeniable specimen in 200 years? But Australia's rainforest is merciless, where bodies decompose in weeks and the jungle erases evidence. The okapi, the coelacanth, and the saola were all considered myths until they were not. Science discovers over 50 new species in Australia every single year, proving the bush keeps its secrets. New tools like environmental DNA sampling may change everything, as they can detect any creature from its habitat. Researchers are now sampling waterways in Yowie territory, and the results are pending. Thermal imaging in the Nightcap Ranges has captured heat signatures that remain completely unclassified. The absolute truth is that most of this continent has never been systematically surveyed. An undiscovered large primate in the Australian bush is improbable, but it is not impossible. The hunt begins deep in the dark forest. We embedded with an independent research team for 12 days in Lamington National Park. 23 cameras were placed across 40 square kilometers of old-growth rainforest on night 1. A researcher installs a trail camera on a fig tree in the dense, dusky rainforest. Night vision feeds show ordinary wildlife followed by hours of nothing as the clock ticks. On night 3, the audio team recorded an anomalous vocalization at 2:17 a.m. It was a sustained, resonant exhalation recorded for 11 seconds, falling below the vocal range of any known species. The researcher slowly removes her headphones, looking toward the dark forest in shock. She logged the coordinates, and they returned the next day to find something incredible. In the morning clearing, 3 saplings were snapped clean at 2 meters high, right beside a footprint. No animal in Australia breaks hardwood saplings at 2 meters, as the physics simply do not allow for it. A plaster cast is meticulously poured over the dark soil as the sun sets. Upon reviewing camera 14 at 1:03 a.m., something large passed in front of the sensor for exactly 0.7 seconds. Frame-by-frame enhancement maps a massive silhouette standing at least 2.1 meters tall. The team debated for 3 hours, but no consensus was reached because no consensus was possible. What are we really looking for? A cryptid, a relic hominid, or a mirror of our own fear? Whatever it is, it has survived everything we have thrown at this continent, including us. The cast was submitted, and with results taking 6 to 8 weeks, we are still waiting. At the final camp, a team member looks out into the night, just waiting as distant heavy footfalls echo. Whatever is in these forests, it has survived for 10,000 years without our knowledge. The evidence is circumstantial, but it is substantial, and it is growing year by year. We look again at that massive footprint from the cold open, and now it means so much more. Australia has given science the platypus, the cassowary, and the Tasmanian wolf, which was supposedly extinct. We declared the thylacine extinct in 1936, but we have found evidence of it living twice since then. I am not telling you the Yowie is real. I am telling you we do not have enough evidence to rule it out. That question mark is bigger than it should be, and it should make us very uncomfortable. Tell us in the comments, what do you believe is out there? Subscribe for more mysteries from the dark forest. Until next time.